We're here in Rockville Centre. I just want to show you the kind of apartment building I'd like to live in. Of course, the kind of apartment building that I'm not allowed to live in, but this is right on Merrick Road here. But see, this is a normal apartment building here, all right? You don't have trash. Everything's kept up. Everything is taken care of here. We're gonna take a walk on Rockville Centre down Merrick Road. Then we're gonna go down Davison Place, and then we're gonna go down Lenox Road. I think it's Lenox Road or Lenox Avenue. And this would be great. Bus stops right there. I could live here. There, I have a bus stop right across the street. There's another one over there, and a 5-minute walk from the train station. Very convenient. I'm sure they have their own laundry room too, so I wouldn't have to walk and do laundry. I gotta walk all the way over to Mineola Boulevard carrying a laundry bag. That's how I pinched my nerve last year. Actually, no, it was earlier this year, I believe. It's great if I could live here. Great, see, everything's kept up. My next step might be writing these apartment buildings and explaining my situation. Explaining why I need to live here. And maybe somebody will have a heart and let me in. This one even has a fallout shelter. Yeah, nice. Everything is kept up here in Rockville Centre. Nice and clean. That's where the trash is kept, over there. It's not just dumped on the sidewalk like where I live. Of course, certain demographic over here. See the fancy cars. Another apartment building. A lot of apartment buildings here in Rockville Centre. This is Lenox here, so we'll take this down. Some of them even have balconies. Oh, I could never have that. I don't deserve that. Look at that chunky sky. Let's take a picture of that. I already took well, let's take another picture. And I'm not feeling too well today. I think the air quality is bad today. Look at that sun. It looks kind of orangey. Got nice flowers. What I'll do is I'll compare this, and then I'll take another video comparing my neighborhood and the apartment buildings in my neighborhood to this neighborhood here. I think that's a good idea. But that'll be a separate video. So, see, you got lots of nice apartment buildings here. These are where most of the apartments are in Rockville Centre. They're on Lenox Road. I don't consider this fancy. It's just kept up properly. I just want to live somewhere that's kept up. No illegals here. Normal people. I want to live with normal people. It's how they segregate us disabled away, Why can't we live here? Some of these might be condos, but a lot of these are apartment buildings. I don't even have a fire escape where I live. I don't know how they get away with that. See, all these buildings have fire escapes. They have all the safety features. It's just kept up properly here. Such a nice street, isn't it? Oh, it'd be so great to live on this street. Trying to go slow. I'm using my phone. Got nice gardening here. This building's a little fancier. That's such a nice street. A lot of people well, if you build apartment buildings, it's gonna make it look like the city. Well, this is the right way to build apartment buildings on Long Island. All right, they're not too big. At most, they're like 3 stories. All right, they're not too close together. The air can get through. So there's no heat island effect here, like where I live. Um, yeah, I smell wildfire smoke in the air today. This one's fancy. This one might be a condo. Let's cross the street. My building doesn't even have parking. You know, there are parking spaces. You have to park on the street. I don't drive, so that's not a problem. But again, it's nice here, man. This is the kind of street I'd like to live on. Everything's kept up nicely here. You don't see any men hanging around drinking. That would never be tolerated here. What a nice building. Look at that. You got a lobby. So a lot of these buildings have elevators too. I'm not getting any younger. It's hard for me to climb the stairs. You know. Unfortunately, something I've never told you is that everybody in my family on my mom's side has trouble climbing stairs. And unfortunately, I take after them. I take after them on that side. I mean, when I was younger, it didn't bother me as much. But once I guess, it started getting to me the past couple of years. You just got normal people on the street. You don't see any people who are illegals or look like illegals. You don't see any criminals. You don't see any homeless. It's nice and clean. But unfortunately, society, especially here on Long Island, groups disabled people like me, and with criminals and illegals, like we don't deserve that. You know, we shouldn't be forced to live with that. We should be able to live with normal people. How are we ever supposed to get better and get out of our mental illness if we're kept down and not allowed to be in a happier place like this? You know? No nice apartment building here. Very nice. But some of these are a little fancier, right? Some of these might be condos. Well, I'm not asking for a balcony, you know? I just like to live on a street like this and have a view that faces like that window there. A view that faces the outside, you know? Instead of just facing that little alley. You know, so you can get fresh air, you know? Of course, you're right by the downtown here, Rockville Centre. How well kept up that lawn is. You even have a ramp. It's all accessible. And it's not just people with physical disabilities. They're not allowed. They're kept out of here too. We like get all the amenities for people with physical disabilities. That's beautiful there. That's a little fancy, right? I admit. The first building we looked at was probably, yeah, this is a co-op, that's why. It's not a apartment building, that's why it's fancier. Take you for a little more of a walk down here. See, but this is the right way to build apartment buildings. All right, so people want to know. People come on here and say, "Oh, you have a lot of narrow-minded people." Like say, "Oh, well, you know, if we build apartment buildings on Long Island, it's going to turn into Queens." The problem is the kind of apartment buildings they're building are too big. This is the kind you need to be building. They have plenty of green space around it. I mean, what's the problem with this? I don't see a problem with this. just show you these two other apartment buildings. And there was a studio in that one that was available, but it was a studio. I have to have a 1-bedroom. And I've already I found another bus there. Got all the transportation here. It'd be so much easier for me. You know, everything's much more walkable. You know? All right, I'll show you this apartment building here. I'm not crossing the street though. Get the stupid SUV out of the way so you can see it. Yeah. That one, and then it's that one had the studio for rent. People out walking, normal people, no illegals. I'm missing this light. I'll have to wait for the next light. You know what? Let me cross this way and on the other side. We have a few minutes. We can these are collapsing. That's an apartment building. It's collapsed. Luxury. Somehow having green space and fresh air is not considered luxury. Press the button to get across the other side. Oh, I'll just go when the light changes, that's all. All right. Another apartment building that would work out for me. This is an apartment building over here, I think. That bus stop's right here. Life would be so easy for me. It says co-ops too. Just because of co-ops doesn't mean there are no apartments. There could be apartments in there too. I'll go up to this block and then that's it. I don't go anymore. This is an apartment building. I'm not walking any further than this, but go a little bit further. But yeah. So here you go. You get an idea of the kind of neighborhood I'd like to live in. And there are a lot of people out there that think I don't deserve it. Well, like I said, I have every right to live here. I'll conclude the video with this. I have every legal right to live here, and I'll have to sue if I have to. I'll do whatever it takes, because I'm going to die if I stay where I'm at. It's too hot there, and I sure as hell ain't living in New Jersey either. That will kill me as well. So, I think that's all for this video. I'm not asking for a lot. I don't think I'm asking for a lot. You know, this is just a decent, clean neighborhood that's kept up. There should be nothing fancy about this. And this is where I need to live. And that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.